are you laughing at, George?
How long have you had it?
You know how long I've had it.
Yeah, and you've already broken it. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad it's not my tractor. From the sounds of it, that's not going to get fixed.
Don't say that, George. I've just spent 5,000 on that. Yeah, don't say that.
Well, just my opinion. I think she's a goner. You won't see her again. Just you wait. They'll tell you the same.
Well, I'll get my money back at least.
Yeah, you'll get your money back. But you won't get her back.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, what are you doing?
Mate, I'm just fixing the tyre. Shouldn't take me too long. Got everything sorted out here. I'll do this. Just going to fix the puncture itself. Don't need a new tyre. Puncture repair kit will do this.
Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, looking at it now in the daylight, George, there isn't too much damage to it, is there really? Got maybe a scratch there and a few scratches there, but have you seen how many scratches it's actually got on? It's got enough on it anyway.
Yeah, but it didn't have these two before this.
I don't know. Well, at least it's working, George. It's not broken. As soon as you fix that tyre, it'll be all good. Right, I'm going to get the cows out because it's a nice day. Bit chilly, but it's a nice day, so I'll get the cows out and then a few jobs around the yard.
Ah, don't forget, check the field. We're not going back in that field until it's checked. I don't want this happening again.
I'll do that straight after, George. I'll get the cows out, I'll go check the field, and then I'll do some jobs on the yard after that. Right, let's get these girls out. I mean, it is a bit chilly, but it's still nice weather. You know, we probably want them roaming around for a bit. Get some exercise, stretch the legs. Right, girls, are you ready? Let's get outside for a bit. Right, that should be spot on. Cleaned up. They've made a little bit of mess, but I did clean up a bit. Probably going to need some fresh straw in this soon, so I'll have to get a bale out. Feed-wise, they're all right. They chip away at it. We haven't got many. They don't really consume that much. But yeah, let's shut this. Best leave George to his puncture repair kit, as he's so proud of. Let's hope it does the job. And we'll go get these nails. Hey, George, do you know you got a mower in there?
Oh, I do, don't I? And I got a strimmer.
Oh, you should have let me know earlier on. I probably would have tied up the yard a bit more.
Well, it ain't the right time to do it now. We're in November.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying in the summer. Oh, it doesn't matter, George. Oh, I don't know. It's got a thing with leaving doors open. Right, George, where's this bucket, just in case I do find any nails?
It's round the corner.
What, this way?
Yeah, keep going. You won't want to miss it.
Ah, he must be on about this. Right, George, I'll head out to the field now. Just give it a quick check. If I find anything, I'll let you know. How long will it take you to do that tyre?
I'll be done by the time you're done.
Fair play. Right, let's go check this field out. I'll be surprised if it is anything. I was thinking about this last night. I mean, I know George is a little bit suspicious about things, but he hasn't done any farming in that field for ages. So maybe there's just a few nails in there. Yeah, maybe the nails were something from some past fly tipping. Maybe. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll work our way around the field. We'll check where we obviously picked up the puncture first. And if we see anything, we'll just put it in the bucket, I guess. I mean, it is pretty difficult to see. I mean, we'll try and... In fact, what I'll do is I'll just place the bucket over here. We'll have a quick look around. I mean, what a fun job this is. Going around a field with the bucket, picking up nails. That's the damage I've done. Ideal. Hey-oh. Yep, there's one here. So we got one, but this is where we picked up the puncture. There's another one. More than I expected. There's another one. Why have we got nails? I mean, George picked up a few, and I've just picked up 3. And they're not small nails. These are some heavy-duty nails. Right, I guess I need to comb this whole field. It's going to take me some time, but it's something that's got to be done. I just hope I don't find anything in any other place, because if I do, that's quite worrying. Oh, there is one up here as well. Well, it's going to take me some time, but I'll go through the field. I'll comb it to the best I can. And not the best job in the world, not the most exciting, but it's actually turning out to be a really important one. Because we don't want this happening again. Ah, got another one. Why just nails? And they're brand new, these are. These aren't rusty nails, these are brand new nails. That isn't a good sign. And pretty much maybe George is right with being a bit suspicious. If we got new fields, if we got new nails in the field and in more than one spot. Let's just crack on with this and get it done. Oh man, I've been out in this field for what feels like hours. And looking at the clock, I have actually been in this field for hours, but I've got a feeling there's a bit of rain coming, so I'm done now. But I have tried to make sure I check every part of this field. I really did go through it and combed it. And I've got, well, I'd say I've got about a box full of nails. So if you went to the shop and tried to buy a box of nails, this is probably how many you get, if I was guessing. So, weirdly, I've got loads of nails in this bucket. God knows why. Still can't figure that bit out. I haven't had any phone call off the dealership. They did say they'd ring me today and let me know. Right, let's just put that down there and we'll knock on.
What are you going to tell me? Let me guess. You found some nails.
I haven't just found nails, George. I found them all over the field, and I've just been out there for about 3 hours trying to get rid of them. Now, I mean, surprising. I think you might have been right. You know, it doesn't seem to add up why we've got a load of nails sitting on our field. I did think, you know, there would just be a couple in the same spot, maybe. But yeah, I've tried to pick them all up anyway. That's all I can say. I can't 100% guarantee I've got everyone because it's difficult, but I've definitely gone over every inch of that field and tried to find them all.
Oh God, it's just what we need. Just what we need. Well, someone's obviously been in our field and dropped some nails. How many have you got in here, in that bucket?
I'll show you how many I've got.
What are you doing?
I'm dropping them on the floor.
Why?
I was just tipping them on the floor. I thought it'd, you know, emphasise how many there were.
Why didn't you just tell me?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's how many we've got.
Well, I can see that, but you can pick them up now. What are you like?
Oh, I don't know, George. I'm trying to do it for effect. To show you. Anyway, I'll pick them up now. I'll get it sorted. I'll pick them up and I'll put them in the bucket. Anything you want me to do with them?
Yeah, save them. We can use them.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. Alright, there we go. Put his bucket and nails up there. Keep them safe for him. Right, he's fixed that. So that needs parking up. I guess I'm going to have to clean that up. I also need to sort out the muck out in the field. I need to go tip that. So plenty to do. Let's get back in the Ford. I don't know what we're doing with this here, but I'll probably move that as well. But yeah, let's start putting some of this stuff away. Right, we'll just leave them there. That's that sorted out. So we shut that. We just need to get hooked up to that and then park her up. I'm going to just probably park her up down there. I don't think we should be going out spreading any muck anytime soon. But I am just going to quickly use the 7810, as it makes more sense to park this away, get this out the yard as well. There we go, that should be fine. It's actually really good just to get back to normal farming, even if it's just sorting out the yard. I feel like all I've been doing is faffing about now for a day and a half. Something George never wants me doing, but I've literally spent a day and a half faffing about, picking up nails from a field, and yeah, trying to clean up messes that I've been making. Not ideal, really isn't. Try to get this as close to the wall as possible, because then it saves us needing to move it in the future. We can just about squeeze past then. There we go, that's that done. So let's quickly unhitch and then we'll find a space for the tractor. Job done. And we'll park her up. We'll park her up there. We'll attach it back to the tank, to the tanker, and then we'll reverse her back in. I know George has mentioned to me earlier on that he thinks there's going to be some bad weather this winter, so we'll have to see if that comes about. I'm hoping not. We've already got a lot on, really. We've got to figure out a lot of stuff in the winter time because we're getting close to the build. And when that happens, we've got to find a place for the cows. Probably got to find a place to park all this stuff. For some reason I've got a feeling it's going to end up in the field across the road from my trailer, which I don't mind doing because then that means at least I've got my eyes on it and can look after it. Right, so that already looks better. So let's take the Ford now and we'll go and sort out that pile of muck. I haven't had a chance to move it because I had to get it towed, my tractor, from this point back to the yard for the pickup from the dealership. So really, it's just been sitting here all day. There we go, that's that. Right, so we're going to dump it back in where we found it. We'll store it in there. Let's have a look at these sheep again. Loving life. Nice farm that is that Tony's got there. I know that's where his house is, that's where he spends most of his day. His big farm's up at the top, but it might be worth, if we get a tractor, you know, in the winter months, asking Tony if he wants an helping hand. Depends if George will let me. I know he don't get on with Tony. And even if it's not Tony, we could ask Mick if he wants an helping hand. Just so we're not sitting about trying to earn a bit of cash, because I don't know if George is going to pay me whilst this build is on. Because there's not much we can do. Cows are going to be somewhere else, being looked after by another farmer that George has got to pay for. So yeah, really don't know what the plan is with that, but I'm sure we'll figure something out so we're not just sitting there. Ah, there we go, that's all that done. So let's go park the trailer back up. Muck's back where it came from, which is a shame. Could have spread that, but I'm sure we'll find some time to do some more spreading now that the field's cleaned out. Well, I hope it is. We can actually get back in it at some point. Probably the best thing to get back in would be the mower, because the mower would definitely pick up some nails. Sure it would. You'd hear it. Right, there we go. That's that. So I'll park this up, and then I think we've done enough jobs for the day. And I might go back over to my trailer and give the dealership a bit of a ring, just to see if they've got an update for me. Let's hope they have. But it does look better. Makes a difference every time we clear this yard off. Really can't wait for this new build though. Excited to see what it turns out like. Hello?
Hello, is that Scroft?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, this is CFM, Cotswold Farm Machinery. We have taken a look at the Ford, and it's a shame to say she's in bad shape. we're going to need to probably look at it for a few days before we can tell you if it can be fixed or not. In the meantime, we can offer you a full refund, or you can come and have a higher tractor that we've got, and if you do like that, you can also purchase that instead. And we have got one that I think in particular you'll like. It's a Leyland, it's 85 horsepower, so a little bit of an upgrade, and it'll only cost you about £700 more than what you pay for the Ford. But obviously, try it out for a few more days while you have a look at the Ford. If you like it, you can have it, or you can have your money back. It's entirely up to you. I'm really sorry about the inconvenience this has caused you. If you are happy to do that, let me know, and I'll bring the tractor around the front.
Yeah, that sounds pretty decent. A Leyland, you say? Can't think. I didn't see that there last time, so it must be pretty new to you.
Yes, we haven't had it in that long. It's only just come out of the garage, so it's been fully serviced and it's in working condition. It's pretty decent, old school tractor. Had some hours on it, don't get me wrong. You can see the scrapes, but she works perfectly fine. Are you happy for me to bring that round the front for you?
Yeah, bring it round the front. It's better than me having no tractor for a few days while you take a look at the Ford. I'll drive up now and I'll leave my van there for a couple of days then, if that's okay with you.
Yep, no problem. See you in a few ticks.
Yeah, see you soon. Right, so the Ford doesn't look good. George was right again. I'm not going to tell him that though. Seems to always go to his head. Right, let's go and have a look then what this Leyland is. He said it would cost me a little bit more, but it's got more horsepower. 85 is pretty decent. And if we're just going to have it for a few days, it saves us having no tractor when we've technically paid for one. And it's broken down in, what, a day? Maybe 2 days? Crazy, isn't it, really? But yeah, let's head up to the store and let's take a look at this Leyland. I'm intrigued to see what this one's all about. Right, here we are. 5 o'clock, the actual store shut soon, so we just about made it. Oh, he did said he would pull it out the front. Can't see it. Is it that there? I think it might be that, you know. And the rain has just started as well. Seems that way. Definitely the rain is now coming down. Right, let's turn that off. Let's just have a quick look at this then before we go and get the keys. Leyland 285. This is an old school tractor, but you know what? I think she's bigger. Looks better. And look at that. The back of the cab is not open to the environment, so in the winter we might actually be a little bit warmer. The rain might actually clean it off a bit. It's supposed to be serviced, so should be in good nick. Anyway, let's go get these keys and get out of here. It's about to chuck it down. Right, let's get out of here. It's nasty outside at the moment. So we have technically got a bit of an upgrade here. Let's see how she fares for the next few days. If we like her, we can get to keep her. I don't mind paying that extra. So we'll get back to George. We'll tell him about this. We'll see what he thinks. I've got a feeling I know a lot more about the Leyland than I will. And I've also had a bit of an idea with regards to the harvester. Now I know Mick said it was 4,800. So what I'm going to say, because I haven't heard anything off George yet about if he wants to do it. So I'm going to offer to pay £800 towards it. So it's not all on him, because technically it was my idea to do this harvest as a tryout. And if he's happy to pay the £4,000, hopefully that might help him out a bit. We'll see. We'll see what he says. I actually found that there's a radio in here as well. So how much of an upgrade is that? At least I get to listen to the radio now. Whereas in the Ford I didn't have any chance of that. And none of George's tractors have got a radio in. So already I think she's the cream of the crop. George might not agree with that, but you know, at the end of the day, she's pretty decent. Let's park her here and see what he thinks. Let's leave the lights on so we can see. Hey, she's a nice looking tractor. I will say that.
Whoa, you've got a Leyland 285.
I have. Don't she look neat?
Oh, she's beautiful. Do you know them tractors were around 1972? Some of them are late 1980s. They used to call them the 485 or the 285, depending on what wheel drive they were. So you've got a 285 there, so that's two-wheel drive, 85 horsepower. What a tractor. You've made a good choice there, Scroft, I have to tell you.
Wow, George, I'm glad you're chuffed with it, man. I'm to be honest, I haven't bought this. They said I could use it for a couple of days, but if I wanted it at the end, then it's mine to keep.
Oh, you should definitely swap that out for that Ford. She's a nice one. Look at that, Leyland. I think they made them in Scotland, you know.
Did they? Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah, I'd like to see that on the new farm.
Yeah, that would be good. Right, well, I've got this for a couple of days, and if she's worth it, I'll make the swap. I've got to pay a little bit extra, but it's not too much.
Yeah, if I was you, I would. 85 horsepower. Nice tractor like that. No brainer.
Yeah, seems that way, doesn't it? Let's just hope I don't break this one.
I think you got more chance of winning Tour de France with piles.
Blimey hell, George. Anyway, right. Before I go, I'll bring the cows in, because obviously it's getting a bit grim outside. But I just got an idea that I've had about the harvester.
Oh, don't want to talk to me about that. I still haven't made my mind up.
Yeah, I know that, George. I'm not saying you got to make your mind up, but I thought I'd got a bit of an offer for you. So, what I was thinking of doing is, obviously Mick said 4,800. What if I pay £800 to it and you pay the 4? I mean, I'd pay more if I could, but I've not really got much cash, as you know. I've been doing well to save, but I've spent £5,000 getting the tractor that I haven't got anymore. But I'm happy to pay £800 and contribute to it.
Ah. £800. So I'll only have to pay £4,000 and then we'll have an harvester working on the farm that we can both work on. It was your idea as well, but it is my harvester. And all the grain that we sell and make going to go in my back burner. Right, I think that's a fair deal. You've done a good thing there, Scroft. Deal. Ring Mick and tell him let's go for it. I'm up for this. I think we need a bit of good news, and having that harvester back on the farm working will be some good news.
Yes, George. Brilliant idea. Right, well, as soon as Mick's done, I'll give him my 800 and then I'll leave the rest with you.
Ah, no problem.
Right, I'll go put the cows in, get all that sorted out, and then I'll probably head back.
Yeah, no problem. Oi, Scroft, just want to point out to you, I've already said it. This year's winter, telling you now, it's going to be bad. Probably spend most of the time trying to clean up the yard. I've got a feeling we're going to have some heavy rain and then some really bad snow. So, keep an eye out for it. Telling you now, December time, winter's coming.
George, you can't say winter's coming. We both know what that's from.
What are you on about?
Doesn't matter, George. Doesn't matter. Right, I'll head off and get all these jobs done. See you in a bit. I don't know. What's he like? Winter's coming. I can't believe he just said that. What was that thing he said about piles in winning the Tour de France? It's a different era, George's. I'm telling you that. Anyway, I best get this sorted. Definitely turned out to be a pretty productive day on the farm. And having that tractor in the end, I'm pretty happy with that. Things did turn round in the end.